Hey guys, Phil here. Just got done bowling the Wednesday night sports shot sweeper up at Rollhouse. God, that's annoying. Up at Rollhouse Parma. That Megan runs now every week up until April when people start going to nationals. Shout out to Megan for running a pretty nice little sweeper so that everybody, myself included, can get some work on a sports shot, especially before going down to nationals and whatnot. Tonight we bowled on the newest dragon pattern. If I'm not mistaken, it was 47 feet, but there were for those of my friends that understand lane graphs and looking at oil patterns, unlike the original dragon pattern that was just like a straight up oil pattern, this one was checkered. So this means there would be a portion of the lane with a bunch of oil and then absolutely zero oil, bunch of the lane with oil, and then a bunch of the lane with no oil, and then the next section has reverse oil. And so what that does to a bowling ball is you can't necessarily adjust, well, if it's coming off the spot, you got to move in left, because now if you move in left, there's a chance it either hydroplanes if you miss it just a little bit either way, or if you miss it a little bit more either way, it'll take off on you and you'll go through the face and you'll leave a 5 count. So overall I didn't do too bad tonight. I shot 212, it might have been 211 honestly. We'll just say 211 for talk's sake. 195 where I missed a couple 10 pins like a dummy. And I know better. I gotta get better at my 10 pins. I literally need to take 2 hours one day and just throw at corner pins the entire session. Because at this point I've been bowling long enough that I don't care that I was gone for 7 years. I've been bowling long enough that missing single pin spares is inexcusable. Can't do it. So with the 195, I rebounded. I bounced back with a 213. I'll be posting the scores after this video, but I want to say 213 with the last game, and it was a hard working 213. I had like back 4 or 5 for the 2-team, so it was a hard working score. And then I ended up being the last person in the step ladder, the 5th seed going into the final game, but I fell into some transition. I couldn't figure it out up until literally the last ball in the 10th frame. I kind of took everything out of the ball. I threw my strongest, my Equinox Pearl, just straight up 11, and 10 back, buried it. God, that made me upset. I wish I would have found that in like the 3rd frame, because I think the cut ended up being like plus 39, and I was plus 20 going into the final game, meaning a 219 would have put me in the step ladder. So it is what it is. Spare shooting probably would rate a B- tonight, but overall being able to navigate the pretty tough oil pattern, I give myself an A for, because a lot of people struggled. except Chris Steele. Chris Steele never struggles, it seems like. Shout out to him. I believe he was the number 1 seed. He was in like 240s, 260s all night. Shout out to Shannon Price. He shot a nice 253 that last game. 258 maybe. Yeah, I'm good, or I'm horrible with the last number of scores, but I got you on the first 2. But yeah, that's how my night went. Just outside the cash line. Overall, though, I feel like I'm definitely improving. To go from not even being able to compete to being right there in the number up until the very end. I definitely consider it a win. Like I said, it was a really tough pattern out there. So to be able to come back, make 85% of my spares. If I could bump that up 10%, that would be ideal. Especially the single pin spares. I gotta work on that. But anyways, the next stop is, I don't know if I want to call it a stop, but it's league night tomorrow night at Roseland Lanes with the boys. And then I believe my next tournament after that is also with the Thursday night guys at the Cleveland City tournament. If you guys are in the area, it's at Rollhouse Parma. We're going to be bowling February 28th and March 1st. And yeah, they will be pretty fun. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's Andrew's first tournament. So that Andrew, if you're watching this, buddy, we got some work to do before the 28th. But I'm excited. The team's been bowling really well as of late as a cohesive unit. And I'm really excited to see what we do in a tournament setting in a more competitive environment. I really love the team that I'm on. I am super, super grateful to have been put together with these guys. Proud to call them my teammates. So, that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, World's Okayest House Bowler, what are you doing? Go subscribe. Thanks, guys.